Nano Banana itself, it's amazing. We can generate a lot of cool images or make small changes that looks really realistic in different photos that we have. Now, how cool is that if we can use Nano Banana inside Photoshop? Now, there is a plugin that let us do this. And in this video, I'm gonna try it out for you. I'm gonna show you how you can do it. And then I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons. So to make this system running, we need to buy a plugin, which is cost $9. And if you ask me, it's worth it. I have used it a lot over the past couple of days, and the quality of images that I got was really good. I used it for example, for my YouTube videos, for the thumbnails, or for some other images I have used it. And at some point, I can say it has some weaknesses, but in many areas, it's also very good. So let's begin. The first thing that you have to do is to go to replicate website here and create an account. I will put down the link inside the description. The reason we are going to use replicate is because our plugin can use different tools, and then replicate can communicate with all those tools at once. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is to create an account on replicate. The next thing that you have to do is to get this plugin, which I put the link down in the description, and you can come here, purchase it. And after you purchase it, it will take you to a download page where you can download the plugin. It's a script file, and you have to take that script file and go to your Photoshop folder where you installed your Photoshop. Go to presets, scripts, and paste it here. Okay. Then go back to replicate, create your account, and then come to billing and add some credit. You can add some custom number or the numbers that are here. I added $10. And when you are ready, you have to go to API tokens. Let me show you here. You have to come to API tokens, write a name. For example, I wrote down Nano Banana -ps, right? And click on create token. Then it will create a token for you, and you can come here and copy the token, right? So after you paste the script inside your Photoshop folder, you need to just restart your Photoshop, okay? Not your computer, just Photoshop, restart it. And then when you open Photoshop, right? When you come here, go to Files, Script, and your file will be here. The file that you have downloaded and copied and pasted it into your Photoshop folder will be here. But if you just click on it, it will give you an error, and it will tell you that you need to have a selection. So I'm going to come here and make a selection, right? And again, go to File, Script, and Nano Banana. So when you come here, the first time that you come, it doesn't show you this. It will show you another window which you can paste your API key, this key that you got it from here. Just paste it in that input and accept it, and then it will show you this window. Now here, we will be able to write our prompt. Also, we can add some reference images to our prompt. And here, there are some options which in a moment I will explain. And at the top here, we have our model, which you can set it on Nano Banana, and it's fine. So let's say, let me show you this. I have also downloaded this fabric texture, right? And I want to assign this to our sofa here, right? So I'm going to come here. Let's come to script, Nano Banana, and let's write our prompt. First of all, let's add the image. And for the prompt, I'm going to write down, change the material of the sofa to the fabric texture I attached, just the sofa, not the cushions, okay? So let's see what it, and let's change the color as well. Change the material of the sofa to the fabric texture I attached, and let's say with navy blue color. okay? And when you're done, just click on generate. It usually takes between 10 to 30 seconds to load. And the process that it works, let me explain so you understand how it works. The selection that we made, it will save it as a separate image. Then it will send this image to Nano Banana with the prompt and the images attached to it. Then the plugin will get the new image from Nano Banana, bring it here. If it needs some mask, it will do the mask. If it doesn't need, it won't, right? So if you pay attention here, the quality of this part is really good, but it didn't do the job that I wanted, right? We see here it missed, here it missed, here it missed, right? Even though that we have selected it, right? Now, we can fix this by trying a couple of times. Sometimes it gets it, sometimes it doesn't. Or we can make a better selection, right? Now, this time I'm going to select a bigger area. Sometimes when we add more area to our selection, it understands it better. Let me just turn the... And the good thing about it is that we have an additional layer here with mask, and we can work with it, play with it. That's really good. So I'm going to come to script again, Nano Banana, and repeat what I wrote. So again, I wrote more or less the same thing. I wrote down, change the color of the sofa to navy blue with the texture. I just made some changes in my prompt. The rest is similar. And when you play like this with your prompt, you may get a better result. But the fact is that if you want to use, instead of using Nano Banana, if you want to use Adobe Firefly, it's completely different. I'm going to show you what result you would get for the exact same prompt. Now, if you pay attention, it did much better job, right? We have our texture here, the color changed, right? It looks really good, right? So sometimes with trying a couple of times, we get the result that we want. So now I'm going to show you the result if we use Generative Fill. I'm going to paste the same prompt, just I'm going to remove the texture part because here we cannot add the texture, right? I'm going to just click on generate, and you will see that the result is crazy. It's completely different. You see, it changed the sofa completely. It's something else, and even it doesn't feel right here. It changed the plants in the center of the room. It changed the table. It changed everything, right? You see, it's completely useless. But look at here. It's almost the same thing. I'm not going to say 100%, but it's almost the same thing, just with different color of the sofa. Now, one thing is that if you want to use Nano Banana in Photoshop for higher quality contents, for example, for some content that you want to print, or some content that requires deep details, I don't suggest it because right now at this moment, the quality that it gives, it's not really good, okay? Now, let's continue. Let's do some other things or some other crazy stuff. Let's say, I'm going to add a person here. I'm going to do it this way. Add a person here sitting and relaxing. So, add a person relaxing on the chair reading a book. So, let's wait for it to generate. Now, okay, the person that it added, the person itself, it's good, right? Everything looks realistic, the lighting and the shadows, everything is good, but the size of the person, it doesn't match, okay? This is because when we make a selection and send that selection to Nano Banana, it doesn't understand the whole area, okay? So I'm gonna just turn this off and try again with bigger selection, okay? Because I don't want it to hurt the plants, I'm gonna just take this right part of the screen and send this. So let's try again, Nano Banana, and all right. So if this try this attempt doesn't work again, I have to just make a selection for the whole room. All right, now it's much better, but because the selection, you see, part of the foot is gone, right? So still it's not usable for us, but we are getting somewhere, right? So I'm gonna select more, okay, and try again. Okay, now it's much better, right? The size of the person is much better. Let me turn it off and on. You see, more or less it's good, right? It's usable. The form of the body is good. The size of it, the shadows, everything is really good. Now, we can even go crazier, right? We can just select the whole image and make some changes, like let's say, let's come to script, Nano Banana, and change. I wrote down change the color of the walls to something dark like gray, which looks modern and stylish. And then I also mentioned change the material of the floor that looks better with our new wall color. Okay, so if I click on generate, we should have something way different than what we have right now. And sometimes I like to give the decision to AI, in this case Nano Banana, to make the decision and select what feels better here, right? So you see, it changed the material on the ground, and here the walls are darker, right? Now let's talk about the options on Nano Banana. So if I make a selection here, or I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna select, let's select all and come here to script, Nano Banana, and write down change the rug to something modern. Okay. Now if I click on upscale the result 2 times, right? Twice the resolution. If I click on generate, the thing that happens, and this is something that I don't suggest you to use unless you don't have much details, right? I will show you in a moment what will happen. So the way it works is that it will take the selection, send it to Nano Banana. Nano Banana will generate something, right? It will get that. Then it will send it to somewhere else, another API, to increase the quality, and then it will get it back and put it here. But the problem is, right, if you look at here, the problem is that the second API will make some changes that will decrease the, or make some changes in the details. So if we look at here, this is what we had before. This is a new one. Now you may say that, all right, the rug is changed and it looks good. Okay, but let's look at other details. So here you see the texture of the ground is a little bit different. The person, sometimes you see, if you look at the face, it doesn't feel right. Okay, sometimes it makes some changes that it's not usable for you. As I said, you can use it for places that you don't have much details. For example, if I want to just change the color of the background, the walls, or the other room, make some changes, I can use it. I suggest it. But for example, when you have a person, especially this requires some details which you shouldn't use that option. Now, if I come to replicate, and if I come here to dashboard, if I refresh this, here it shows us a report of all the APIs that we used. And you can see we used, for example, mostly Nano Banana here. And this is the last time. These two are the last time that we used it. And it sent a request to Nano Banana, got the image in 7 seconds, right? And then it sent it to Nightmare API, something like that, Nightmare AI, and to increase the resolution, it took 9 seconds and it got it back, and so on. Now, the thing is that every single time that you use Nano Banana, every single time that you make a selection and write a prompt, it will cost you 4 cents, right? 4 cents. So keep that in mind. Every time that you use it, it will cost you 4 cents. Now, this was some interior design. I use it also in, for example, this image for the thumbnail of one of my trainees, one of my videos on YouTube. And for example, I used it here on the banana. I made a selection and wrote down make the banana a little bit shiny, right? Or here on my clothes. Okay, let me zoom in. Here on my clothes, I added this banana icon, right, on my shirt. So I made some changes like this in my thumbnail. That sometimes is good. For example, I can write something on my shirt, or there is a wall, or there is something that it's hard for you to do it yourself and it will take some time. Instead, you can use Nano Banana, and since it is inside Photoshop, then you have access to the mask and you can make the changes that you want. Now, there is one more thing that I want to tell you before I go, is that some people suggest to make selections like to use, for example, where is it? Okay, maybe use the selection brush tool, okay? Some people will make the selection like this. The problem is that either way, Nano Banana will send a rectangle selection to Nano Banana, right? Okay. When you make a selection like this, the code will not use this. Okay, it will use, for example, something like this. It will send this to Nano Banana, and then when it got the result, it will add this mask to it only. Okay, I wanted you to know this because you may try it and it may not work really good. Let me test it out here for you. Add a person sitting on the sofa. Now, one other thing, let me explain these two as well. If you select output to a new document, it will generate this and save it and open it as a new file, okay? And if you use the foreground color, it will use this color. So for example, you have some specific color code in your mind, or for your content, for your document, for your business, whatever it is, you put that color here, right? And then whatever you write here, it will use that color. For example, change the color of my shirt, then use foreground color, then it will change it to that color. Okay, so let's generate a person here with this selection, right? Which we use brush selection tool, right? Here is the person, right? As you can see, but where is the other half, right? That's the thing that I told you. When you use a selection like this, you wouldn't see it. Now, even if I come and just change the mask, right? So we can see more areas. Now we see the person that we asked for, okay? That is why I have been using rectangular selection only. Now, in the future, it may change, right? They may give an update, but this plugin right now works this way, okay? So that was all on how to use Nano Banana inside Photoshop. As you saw, there are some downside to it, right? The quality may not be really good. It makes some changes. For example, here, you see, it's not 100% the thing that we had before, right? That is why sometimes you need to change the selection and select the whole image. So these are some tricks that you have to try a couple of times to get the result that you want. But I suggest it because I myself am using it on different images, especially for social media, for sometimes for ads. You want to make some changes, you want to make some tweaks, you want to add something in the image, you want to remove something from the image, right? In these scenarios, it works really good, right? So if you have any question or if you need any help, you can write it down in the comment. Also, if you need to learn something, you can write in the comment and I will create that video tutorial for you as well. So that was all on this training. Look forward to see you soon on the next one.